Alrighty, let's take a look at this question. So they're asking what number can be multiplied by 3 root 2 minus 3. So we want to multiply it by something, some number, to give a product. Product is the multiplying that they already mentioned. And the product, the answer is 3. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pretend that that's just like an x for a moment, the number that they're talking about. So what number is going to be represented by x? And we want to solve for x. So we are going to divide both sides by 3 root 2 minus 3, so that now we have x equals 3 over 3 root 2 minus 3. And obviously they probably want this simplified, and the reason why this question, or this expression, I guess, is not simplified is because there's a square root in the denominator, and that's not considered simplified. So to make it simplified, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply top and bottom of this fraction by the same thing, so we're not changing the value, but we're going to multiply it by the conjugate of the denominator. So whenever you see two terms being added or subtracted in the denominator and you want to rationalize, you multiply by the same two terms but with the opposite sign. So this one had a negative, we use a positive between our two terms. Okay, and of course you want to do that to the numerator as well, so we're not changing the value of this. All right, now when we go to multiply this out, we are going to distribute that 3 through in the numerator. So 3 times 3 root 2 would be 9 root 2. You multiply the coefficients, right, the numbers, and if there was another radical, you'd multiply the radicands, the numbers under the radicands. All right, and then 3 times 3 for the last term would be plus 9. On the bottom, we are also going to distribute the terms, but because it's 2 terms times 2 terms, we are going to multiply the first, outer, inner, and last terms together. So multiplying the first terms together, we get 3 times 3, so 9, and root 2 times root 2 we could write as root 4, but the root of 4 we know is equal to 2, so I'm just going to write that as a 2, and we would keep it in brackets, so 9 times 2. All right, the outside term is going to be 3 root 2 times 3, which would be positive 9 root 2. And then the inside would be negative 3 times 3 root 2, so negative 9 root 2. Oh, look at that. Those are the same but opposite signs, so those will equal 0. Okay, let's keep going. Now the last term multiplied together, negative 3 times positive 3 is going to be negative 9. And there we go. Okay, let's rewrite this. So we have 9 root 2 plus 9 in the numerator. And on the bottom, we've got 9 times 2, so 18, and minus 9. 18 minus 9 would be 9. I probably should have, no, actually, no, it was good that we did that. Okay, so I'm noticing 9s everywhere. You probably noticed that too. So what we're going to do, we can only cancel off the 9 on the bottom if there's a common factor, meaning some 9 times everything else on top. So we are going to factor out a 9. And when we factor it out, we divide 9 root 2, 9 square root of 2 by 9 to get just root 2. And then the second term, plus 9 divided by 9, is going to be plus 1. And by doing that, we can now divide the 9s to equal 1. And our final answer is going to be root 2 plus 1. And it's over top of 1, but you don't need to write that. And there you go. What number can be multiplied by that to give a product of 3? That number would be square root of 2 plus 1. And there you go. I hope that helped.